So how many of you have seen the movie The Wolf of Wall Street? It's a pretty cool movie, right? Everybody likes it for different reasons. Maybe you like the fancy cars, the hot chicks. Maybe you just like watching Leonardo DiCaprio talk to clients. This movie really hit home for me because I spent 16 years in Wall Street. I spent 16 years not doing what Leonardo did, selling pink sheets, but doing similar things. And I'll never forget when I first got into Wall Street. I remember being in the cubicles in the center, they called it the bullpen. And I remember sitting there making my first dials. And I was listening to everybody else. It was noisy. Everybody in the bullpen is just making calls. And I picked the phone up and I make my first dial. My job was to dial for dollars and connect this, whatever call I got, because I wasn't licensed for securities yet, connect it with one of the guys in the big glass offices around the edge. Just like the movie, that's how it works. And I remember getting on the phone and just fumbling my way through the script. And what I like about this scene right here is how fluid he was in his conversation. Now, what he says, you couldn't say. You'd end up in jail, just, well, like he did. But it's the way he says it. It's the confidence he brings to it that really is what you need to pay attention to. So let's check the scene out.
Hey, I'm looking for an investor center.
Is that you want to invest?
No, investor center. I'm looking for investor center.
Yeah, that's us. Hey, this is it. This is it.
Oh,
I'm Dwayne.
you're Dwayne.
Yeah.
Hi, Dwayne. We spoke on the phone. I'm Jordan Belfort. I'm the broker from Rothschild from New York.
Yes, yeah. Have a seat. How are you?
Remember we had a
We
conversation
spoke on the phone earlier, right?
2 hours ago. Right.
Yeah.
אני לא מבקש לך לקנות את הסטאק.
You never heard of them. They're up and comers. That's what that means.
3 cents a share. That's $3. You cheap fuck.
So, where are your Quotrons? Your,
Cotrons?
yeah, computers.
No, we don't even need computers here. We just trade right off the pink sheets here.
Pink sheets?
Yeah, they're penny stocks. You know, companies that can't get listed on NASDAQ, they don't have enough capital, their shares trade here.
Penny stocks?
Yeah, this one, Aerotyne, is a really interesting, Aerotyne,
Aerotyne, yeah.
Aerotyne,
Aerotyne, huh? Yeah.
very hot stock right now.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're just a couple of brothers that are making radar detectors out of their garage. They're out of Dubuque. Maybe it's microwaves. I'm not sure, but you call the company's main line. Their mom, Dorothy, answers, and she is so sweet.
Good company.
I actually don't know what else to... I don't know anything else about them other than that.
6 cents a share? Come on. Who buys this crap?
Well, I mean, honestly, mostly schmucks. Postmen, there's always postmen.
Right.
Plumbers. They see our ads in the back of Hustler and Popular Mechanics, and our ads actually say they can get rich quick.
Hustler?
Yeah. You know the girly magazine?
Yeah. Nudie mag.
A lot.
Yeah.
We're helping them finance houses. We're helping them buy their wife a diamond ring, a boat, maybe.
Is this stuff regulated, or are you guys, what are you doing here?
Sort of.
Sort of? Jesus Christ, the spread on these is huge.
Yeah, and that's the point. What's your name again?
Mine, Jordan Belfort.
Jordan, what do you get on a blue chip stock?
I make 1%. I did make 1%.
Pink sheets, it's 50.
It's 50%? 50% commission?
Yep.
For what?
It's our markup for our services.
So if I sell a stock at $10,000, my commission is $5,000.
If you sell $10,000 worth of this stock, I will personally give you a blowjob for free.
Let's pause right there. So I just want you to first pay attention to kind of what happened in the beginning part of that clip. He walks into this place that looks like, I don't know, looks like they're selling used vacuum cleaners, and he's like, okay, what are you guys selling? And he talks about pink sheets, 6 cents a share. You've seen these. Penny stocks is what most people know them as. Normally, the chance of making money in a penny stock is far outweighed by the chance of you losing everything. And most people lose everything, as you could find out if you researched how Jordan Belfort went down. But the whole point is in this conversation where Jordan's like, he comes from a big, prestigious Wall Street firm, Rothschild. And if you know the name, you know exactly how prestigious that firm is. And he's walking into this pink sheet shop where they're slinging penny stocks. But then the guy says to him, this commission you make is 50%. Jordan was used to making 1% okay, which would even be high by today's standard. Now he's looking at it saying, wait, 50%? See, this is a problem most people make, especially people in the Wall Street world. They're always chasing get-rich-quick ways for themselves, not for their client, for themselves. They want the fastest path to the most amount of money, and Jordan, in that clip, right there, warmed up, smiled, and says, 50%. And then the other guy was like, yeah, we're helping them finance their mortgage, their rings, their engagement rings, and all sorts of crap that will never happen. But Jordan didn't care about any of that. All he cared about was how much is in it for me. And that is the baseline for the rise and fall of so many people in the Wall Street world when they put themselves and their paycheck in front of their clients. Let's continue.
And I hope it happens.
Hello, John. How you doing today? You mailed in my company a postcard a few weeks back requesting information on penny stocks that had huge upside potential with very little downside risk. Does that ring a bell? Okay, great. Well, reason for the call today, John, is something just came across my desk, John. It is perhaps the best thing I've seen in the last 6 months. If you have 60 seconds, I'd like to share the idea with you. You got a minute? Name of the company, Aerotyne International. It is a cutting-edge, high-tech firm out of the Midwest awaiting imminent patent approval on a next generation of radar detectors that have both huge military and civilian applications. Now, right now, John, the stock trades over the counter at 10 cents a share. And by the way, John, our analysts indicate it could go a heck of a lot higher than that. Your profit on a mere $6,000 investment would be upwards of $60,000.
Jesus, that's my mortgage, man.
Exactly, you could pay off your mortgage.
This stock will pay off my house.
John, one thing I can promise you, even in this market, is that I never ask my clients to judge me on my winners. I ask them to judge me on my losers because I have so few. And in the case of Aerotyne, based on every technical factor out there, John, we are looking at a grand slam home run.
Okay, let's do it. I'll do 4 grand.
4,000, that'd be 40,000 shares, John. Let me lock in that trade right now and get back to you with my secretary with an exact confirmation. Sound good, John?
Yeah, sounds good.
Great. Hey, John, thank you for your vote of confidence, and welcome to the Investors Center.
Yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks.
Bye-bye.
How'd you do that?
Just like that, I made $2 grand. The other guys looked at me like I'd just discovered fire.
As you can see, the only difference there between Leonardo, well, the Wolf of Wall Street, and everybody else was his confidence. The way he portrayed the investment opportunity. Because how he portrayed it was solving that person's problem. And that person on the phone articulated the problem and said back to him, he says, oh my God, that could pay off my mortgage. The Wolf immediately went right toward that. Yes, it could. And then he went into the confidence part. Don't judge me on my winners, judge me on my losers. Just about everybody was going to be a loser. But you see, he paved that whole point of that's the confidence that I have in this investment that you should make. Now, Leonardo, or the Wolf, whichever way you want, was really just looking at how do I make $2,000, and he did. Well, chances are that person probably lost all their money in that pink sheet stock, that penny stock, Aerotyne or whatever it was. You see, sometimes we get so caught up in the emotion of investing in something that we lose sight of the logic that we should apply to it. That gentleman on the phone got caught up in the emotion of paying his house off, got caught up in the emotion of what Leonardo said, which was pure confidence. And because he got caught up in the emotion, he made an emotional-based investment decision, which probably lost all of his money, which it was only $2 grand, so probably something he could live through. But still, had he used his logic, had he just said, you know what, Mr. Leonardo, let me just take a second, let me just look this company up. And he would have found out this company is literally operating out of a porta potty in the backyard and said, whoa, I don't think that's the kind of company I want to invest in. He would have then used his logic and said, I'm going to pass. But he didn't. He got caught up in the emotion. Now, let me ask all of you something. How many times have you made an emotional-based investment decision? And how did it work out? Did you buy into those meme stocks? Did you really get emotionally charged on all those crypto stocks that were supposed to go to the moon? And you probably bought them, right? Shiba Inu and all those other ones. You bought them, right? And how'd that work out? Probably not so good. Even if you bought the big ones, the Bitcoins and Ethereums, you probably bought them around 40 or 50 because that's when the emotion was high. Everybody was making money. They were buying Lamborghinis and Ferraris. They had money to spare. 20-year-olds were becoming millionaires until, boom, they weren't millionaires anymore. They're broke. The car's getting dragged out at night by a tow truck because they couldn't afford it. Emotional-based decision-making never ends well. But if you just use logic, if you just get down to the pure logic of what you're investing in, and you invest in things you know, like, and understand. That guy doesn't know, like, or understand Aerotyne. He doesn't have a clue about radar detectors or what they do or the military applications, has so said the Wolf of Wall Street. But you see, it was an emotional-based decision, and that was how Leonardo, and the true story behind the Wolf of Wall Street, how he made millions and hundreds of millions of dollars playing off of your emotions. Stop making emotional-based decisions with your investments. Start making decisions using pure logic. Stop and think about things. Invest in things that you know, like, and understand, and I promise you, I can't tell you you're going to make money on every one, but your chance of losing will be significantly reduced because you know, like, and understand what you invest in. We all know, like, and understand what Apple does. They build these really cool things. So if you were to invest in Apple, at least you had that going for you. You may not make money, but your chance of losing it all is significantly reduced. Folks, it's a very simple lesson that one skit tells. Now the question is are you going to apply that lesson in your life, or are you just going to continue listening to the Uber drivers, the Lyft drivers, at the family parties, you listen to Uncle Joe or Aunt Jill who says, oh my God, I got this great investment. It's doing so well. You should really get into this. Well, Aunt Jill, what is the investment? I don't know. They do something with microwave ovens. It's going to be the next thing. It's going to the moon. And you rush back and you buy it. And then you question and you wonder why Aunt Jill's recommendation lost all of your money. Folks, stop. The second thing you all need to stop doing is seeking unrealistic returns. Jordan, the wolf, was seeking an unrealistic commission. That client was seeking an unrealistic return. Oh my God, I could make enough money to pay off my mortgage. Now, very quickly, the wolf associated the problem, which is paying off the mortgage, with the return that he's saying the client could get based on this unrealistic return, which never happened. When you seek unrealistic returns, it's a law of wealth. Your money will flee you. Your money will leave you each and every single time. I know this because I've been on the other side. I've made emotional-based investment decisions, and I've sought unrealistic returns and lost it all. But because of my failures, because of the things I've done wrong, I can sit here and tell you what you can do right so that you can eliminate that situation from happening in your life. Folks, I hope you enjoyed this lesson because it's a very simple, clear one, and it's kind of fun watching that clip, isn't it? And if you like this video, then this next video I did right here should really warm your heart. Should I pay my mortgage off or invest? You will know the guy in this video as Dave Ramsey, and you will hear my 2 cents on what Dave Ramsey says. And it is all about, should I pay my mortgage off or invest this money? Emotional-based decision makings never end well. We'll see you on the next one.